Welcome to my YouTube channel, Geography, the main event. We are going to do the revision for term 3 paper 2 settlement. First, we are going to start with the settlement. What is settlement? Settlement is a place where people live, which include buildings, economic activities, and transport network. Economic activities, remember that in along the settlement there are economic activities such as agriculture taking place. Transport network, they are referring to the road, can be a rail, can be a air transport, different types of transport. The size and shape of settlement vary across the Earth surface. Remember, the building or the settlement, rather say, the settlement, it can be as small as a single building or as large as a megalopolis. You may find that when we say the settlement can be small as a single building, if we have a farm, therefore you will find that that farm is isolated, in a sense that you will find one building. That one building may belong to a farmer, a farmer, and that's all. So let's go to another topic. It says site and situation of a settlement. You must know what is site and you must also know what is situation. Site, it refers to the exact land on which a settlement is built. For example, they say it refers to exact land. There we have a physical landscape. Can you see that? The physical landscape. Therefore, meaning that the physical landscape can be a mountain, can be a river, can be those physical landscape influence the settlement, can also be the soil type. It influences the land, the settlement in relation to the surrounding area. Look, they say what is a situation? Situation is referred to the location of a settlement in relation to the surrounding area. So they say, meaning that the site can be a river, and the building, the settlement around that river can be what? A situation. Because if there were no site, let's just assume that the site was not there, therefore the settlement may not occur. Meaning that people move from the different areas, therefore they settle around that site. The site influence the settlement. Some of the factors that influence the site and situation of a settlement, it include the following: topography, hydrology, climate, vegetation. Site refer to the physical characteristics of a location, such as topography. We talked about the topography. People may move from the different area where the soil is not fertile to area where the soil it is fertile so that they can practice agriculture. Remember, the settlement include what? Economic activities, building economic activities and transport network. Therefore, in relation of the settlement or site, it must benefit people in anyhow. Hydrology. The area, the people may move from arid area or arid regions to humid regions, where there is less water to where there is more water. Climate. People may move from the cold climate to the warm climate. For example, we normally know that in South Africa, the northwest side is very cold. It is currently influenced by the cold Benguela current. So people may migrate from that side to the eastern part of South Africa. As eastern part of South Africa, it is influenced by what? By the warm current. Vegetation. It's same vegetation is still apply as people may move from the area where there is less and area where there is more. Situation refer to the location of a place in relation to its surrounding, include road, meaning that the settlement must have the transport network, road, and etc. Because during along that settlement, the economic activities may be practiced. Therefore, they need what? The road have access of commodities if they do practice what? The primary activities. Distance to other settlement or market. People in that settlement, they must be close to other settlements or in markets. Just imagine if you are living far. If you are living far from the market, therefore you'll be struggling to access those commodities in the market. Access to resources and services. The settlement must have access to resources and services. Site factors below are some factors that influence the site of a situation. We talked about water, and we said access to water. The settlement must have access to water. Was an important, here they say was an important factors in the location of early settlement, meaning that the early settlement was influenced by the what? By the access of water. They were deciding to live or to settle along the river or next to the dam so that they can have what? Water. But it is still important in the location of farms today. Let's go to another one. Relief. Micro climate settlement. Relief, remember, along the valley we may experience a microclimate. Settlement located on hilltops because of flooding or I was saying flooding or of defense reason. People may decide to live on the hilltops up the mountain to escape from flooding. You may not find the settlement along the floodplain or accessibility and communication. It was an important factor identified in early settlement. That's when we said the settlement must not be far from other settlement, because during that early settlement, they had they did not even have access to utilize technology in their premises. Sorry. Climate, it says area with extreme weather conditions generally have dispersed settlement. They give an example about arid and mountainous areas. You may find that a person is living far away from other because the climate is not favoring them. Influence of site and situation on settlement. Wet point settlement. If we zoom here, we will see that we have oases. Oases normally are found here. We have oases. Oases normally are found in the arid areas, or I may say desert. Let me show you what is an oasis. It says oasis is an area made fertile by a source of fresh water in an otherwise dry or arid region. Let me show you a picture of an oasis. Can you see we have different pictures of oasis here? For example, this one. This area is found along the desert. Therefore, here we have an aerial photograph. Can you see the oasis there? This is a fresh water. Therefore, if the settlement, you may find the settlement along or next to that oasis surrounding the settlement are found in area where there is a shortage of water. Please don't mind the spelling there. The area, if the area is they don't have access to water, therefore the settlement, they will move towards or live around next to the oasis. Settlement are located close to the water source, such as oasis, which can be well, river, oasis, and other. This is common in arid area. Arid area are those areas that experience very little rainfall. Dry point settlement. They locate on higher ground because there is a possibility of flooding on lower ground. If you check there, we have a settlement on top of the mountain, and therefore down there we have a river. And people choose to settle there. The reason for that is that they don't want their houses to be washed away. Therefore, they decide to settle along that they choose to settle up there. Yes, up the slope. Defense. Located on a higher ground or in the loop of meander for safety reason. There we have a meander. Can you see that meander? Is it? There we have a neck of meander. The only access that people use, they go through the neck of meander to have access to that settlement, meaning that the surrounding is just for a defense. Here we have a accessibility and or communication. If you check, we have a bridge there. Can you see it? We have a bridge. Therefore, the people may have access. There, can you see that, right? So, you can also see the gateway from the B. So, we have reached the end of our lesson. Geography is an earthly subject, but an heavenly science. If you have any question, please comment below. And if you have, let's use this platform to discuss, to interact, promoting collaboration. Let's do that. Let's collaborate with other. Let's interact with other. Please, mostly don't forget to like, subscribe and put the alert there for the next lesson